Welcome to Tales of Horror and the Paranormal. This story is titled Whispers by the Lake, but before we begin, in the quiet town of Westbrook, the locals tell a dark tale of a lake house that seems to trap anyone who enters. Years ago, a family of four vanished from the house without a trace. Since then, eerie whispers are heard across the lake on moonless nights, and no one dares go near the house after dark. Despite the warnings, Alex Turner, a fearless paranormal photographer, arrives with his sister, Emma, determined to uncover the truth. Reluctant but loyal, Emma follows her brother, hoping they'll quickly finish and leave. But as they enter the lake house, a heavy silence envelops them, and a bone-chilling cold makes Emma wonder if they've already made a grave mistake. As they begin their exploration, Alex's flashlight captures unsettling details: dusty frames with blurred family photos, claw marks on the walls, and the heavy scent of damp wood. Emma feels watched, as if something sinister lurks in the corners. When she mentions this to Alex, he brushes it off, excited by the potential for supernatural evidence. Yet, Emma's unease grows, her instincts warning her to leave. The whispers start softly, blending with the creaking of the old house. But as they move deeper, the voices become clearer, each whisper layered with anguish. "Leave ... while you still can," the voices hiss. Emma tugs at Alex's arm, pleading with him, but he's transfixed by the house, his gaze vacant, almost mesmerized. In a back bedroom, they discover a child's room, complete with a cracked doll and a rocking horse that, inexplicably, begins to rock on its own. Emma gasps, grabbing her brother's arm, but he stares forward, his face expressionless. The doll's eyes seem to follow them, and a chilling laugh, high-pitched and childlike, echoes through the room. Emma feels a cold hand brush her shoulder, but when she turns, there's nothing there. Disturbed, Emma urges Alex to leave, but he stands rooted in place, staring blankly at the walls. It's as though the house has started to possess him, tugging at his very spirit. She yells his name, and for a brief moment, he snaps out of his trance, looking at her with wide, frightened eyes. "Emma, something is wrong here," he whispers. Emma convinces Alex to check the basement with the hope that they can make one last round and leave. They descend into the darkness, the air thick with an overwhelming, suffocating silence. At the base of the stairs, they find an old trunk. When they open it, they discover children's toys, yellowed letters, and brittle family photos, each image revealing the family members' faces slowly fading away. One photo catches Emma's eye. It's of a man whose face is replaced with black smudges, his eyes eerily blank, resembling Alex's expression just moments ago. As they examine the trunk, the basement door slams shut. The lights flicker, and the whispering voices grow louder, more desperate, as if trying to drown out Emma's thoughts. Shadows swirl around them, the spirits taking vague human forms. "Stay with us, you belong here," the voices plead, intensifying with each second. Emma feels the grip of fear tightening in her chest as she watches Alex's expression turn distant once again. Suddenly, a shadowy figure lunges toward Alex, as if trying to enter his body. Alex's face twists in pain, his hands clenching as he struggles against the unseen force. "Emma, don't let them take me," he shouts, his voice filled with terror. Emma grabs his hand, desperately trying to pull him away, but the shadows cling to him, their whispers a mix of anger and desperation. Seeing no other choice, Emma runs toward the basement stairs, pulling Alex with her. As they reach the door, she stumbles, and Alex slips from her grasp. She looks back to see him standing motionless, the shadows wrapping around him, sinking into his skin. His eyes lock onto hers, hollow and lifeless, a haunting smile creeping onto his face. Desperate, Emma bolts out of the house and toward the lake, hoping the distance will break the house's grip on Alex. When she looks back, she sees him standing in the doorway, his silhouette obscured by writhing shadows that twist and shift, as if dozens of hands are reaching out, claiming him. The whispers call out louder than ever, overlapping with Alex's voice. "Emma, don't leave me." Her heart shatters, torn between fleeing and saving her brother. As she reaches the lake's edge, she hears a piercing scream, a mix of Alex's voice and the spirits, echoing across the water. She collapses, the dark water reflecting the twisted image of her brother's face, contorted in agony. fading with each passing second until only her terrified reflection remains. As Emma collapses by the lake's edge, she gasps for air, her chest heaving as the haunting scream continues to echo across the still water. She watches her brother's reflection, his face twisting in agony, slowly fading until only her terrified expression stares back at her. But the lake doesn't let her go that easily. The water ripples, shimmering with unnatural shadows that twist and swirl as if alive, reflecting ghostly figures reaching toward her. Emma's heart races, her mind spiraling into panic as she realizes that the spirits are not only after Alex, they want her too. Desperate, she scrambles backward, her eyes never leaving the lake's surface. Yet, just as she begins to pull away, a hand seems to break through the water's surface. It's faint, barely visible, but undeniably real. Emma freezes, her heart pounding, unable to look away from the ghostly image of Alex's hand, reaching out, his mouth moving silently as though calling her name. She edges closer, compelled by an intense desire to rescue him, though every instinct warns her to run. In that moment, Emma begins to feel a cold, tingling sensation at the base of her skull. A voice, familiar yet distorted, whispers her name softly. Emma, come back. It's Alex's voice, but not as she remembers it. It's layered with something darker, a twisted imitation laced with malice. Shivers crawl down her spine as the voice changes, becoming clearer. You promised, Emma, you can't leave me. The words are not just memories. They feel like the lake itself is speaking to her, using Alex as its vessel. Shaken, Emma closes her eyes, willing herself to resist the pull of the lake. Memories flood her mind. Summer days at the lake, Alex's laughter, their bond. She realizes with horror that the spirits are using those memories against her, blurring the line between her love for her brother and the curse that now binds him. She clutches her head, trying to drown out the voices, but they grow louder, filling her mind with whispers that blend with Alex's pleas, each voice coaxing her closer to the water. Just then, she remembers the old tales she heard from the townsfolk. The lake house was once home to a powerful family who practiced dark rituals, rumored to have sacrificed one of their own to the lake. The spirits bound to this place were forever cursed, trapped in a restless limbo. She understands now that Alex's spirit has been marked by them, and if she can't break the curse, he too will be lost, doomed to join the family of restless souls tied to the lake's depths. Emma stands, summoning every ounce of courage she has left. She approaches the lake's edge once more. This time with determination, she whispers a plea. Let him go. Take me instead. The lake goes still, the whisper silencing, as though considering her offer. For a moment, she feels a strange peace wash over her, an icy calm that beckons her forward. She reaches out, touching the water's surface, feeling the pull of the lake's promise. But as she stands there, on the brink of surrender, Emma's mind clears, and she hears her brother's true voice, faint but unmistakable. Emma, go. Leave this place. It's as if he's breaking through, fighting against the lake's grip, urging her to save herself. In that instant, she understands that staying will only add to the lake's curse, trapping both of them forever. Emma takes a shaky step back, her eyes locked on the lake's surface as the shadows distort, reaching for her, furious that their prize is slipping away. The whispers grow to a furious roar, but she stands firm, repeating to herself, I will not let them take him, or me. Slowly, she retreats, step by step, the icy grip loosening as she moves farther from the lake. As she turns and breaks into a desperate sprint back to town, she feels the lake's cold gaze following her, and the whispers fade, but they leave a chilling promise lingering in her mind. We'll be waiting.